Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Pluto shows us where deep transformation, power struggles, and experiences of vulnerability shape our lives. The house Pluto occupies reveals where something must end, change, and be reborn. In this video, we'll explore Pluto in the houses and how its energy transforms the core areas of our lives.
With Pluto in the first house, transformation is experienced through the body, personality, and the individual's approach to life. Because Pluto is a mythological figure that can remain unseen even when it emerges to the surface, a person with this placement may not be fully visible or easily defined from the outside. Through hidden power struggles, manipulation, and personal crises, experiences of vulnerability arise, and the mask presented to the world is repeatedly reshaped. Pluto in the first house intensifies vitality and strengthens the capacity for psychological rebirth. Although these individuals often possess deep insight and penetrating awareness, difficulty in expressing inner fears, insecurities, and emotions can prevent authentic self-expression. Direct self-assertion and openly pursuing personal desires may feel challenging. Fear of rejection and a strong need for self-protection often limit openness toward others. At the most personal level, cooperation with others can feel threatening. Life may be approached indirectly through control, secrecy, or manipulation, leading to power struggles. When Pluto's energy is used consciously and constructively, the individual accepts vulnerability and allows transformation to occur. Control over others is released, and personal will is reclaimed. In this state, the individual becomes a catalyst for transformation in others simply through their presence. This placement grants a profound understanding of life-death cycles and an ability to confront taboo, hidden, or rejected themes with a purifying and regenerative influence. During times of crisis, these individuals function effectively and can accompany others through deep personal transformation. With Pluto in the second house, transformation occurs through money, resources, possessions, and personal values. Losses or serious challenges related to finances, material security, or what one believes to own may force the individual to reevaluate their value system at a profound level. At some point in life, the person may lose everything they have gained and be compelled to confront what is truly valuable. Money can be perceived as a source of power, and there may be a tendency to control or bind others through financial means. This placement grants insight into the deeper forces behind wealth, large-scale financial operations, and the psychological dynamics of material security. The individual is often highly capable when it comes to building material stability, even under extreme conditions. In mythology, Pluto was both a god of the underworld and a god of hidden wealth. When Pluto's energy in the second house is used consciously and directed toward its symbolic themes, this placement can indicate the potential for significant wealth and financial mastery. With Pluto in the third house, transformation occurs through siblings, close relatives, neighbors, communication, media, education, and daily interactions. Power struggles and experiences of vulnerability in these areas become catalysts for deep psychological change. Individuals with Pluto in this house often possess a natural talent for research and investigation. They may express their ideas in an extremely sharp and penetrating manner, or choose complete silence. There is a strong desire to persuade others, and information itself can be perceived as a tool of power. This placement may involve struggles over influence through speech, writing, or media. Language can become sharp and cutting, capable of manipulation when used unconsciously. Although the individual may guard their own secrets closely, they are often highly skilled at uncovering the secrets of others. Relationships with siblings, neighbors, and close relatives may gradually weaken or undergo profound change. Power struggles, manipulation, jealousy, resentment, or desires for control can surface within the immediate environment. These figures may themselves be intense, dominant, or transformative personalities. When the individual confronts their own shadow and allows inner transformation, Pluto in the third house becomes a purifying and regenerative force within the close environment. This placement can indicate fated themes involving local surroundings, education, communication, transportation, trade, or media, sometimes placing the individual face-to-face with crisis or irreversible change. It can also grant the capacity to carry out reformative or corrective work in areas others avoid. With Pluto in the fourth house, transformation is experienced through parents, family origins, home life, property, homeland, land, agriculture, and ecological themes, often through intense experiences of power and vulnerability. A parent or the family environment may display Plutonian qualities, controlling, manipulative, oppressive, emotionally heavy, unable to process loss, or deeply engaged with the darker aspects of life. In some cases, the family may come from a background of power or wealth, which itself can become a source of profound difficulty for the individual. Early life experiences may include exposure to death, abuse, emotional neglect, or situations that create deep feelings of helplessness. As a result, the personal unconscious may carry powerful and frightening themes rooted in early childhood. Growing up within a manipulative or emotionally intense environment, the individual learns to survive by deeply understanding the needs, motivations, and vulnerabilities of others. This leads to the development of a strong capacity to penetrate the depths of the unconscious. However, this ability can also be used unconsciously to manipulate others in an attempt to control or transform them. Although the individual may believe they hold power through indirect influence, they often suppress their true self due to early conditioning, fearing rejection or threat if they were to express themselves openly. There may be a strong sense of obligation to fulfill parental expectations, accompanied by intense repressed emotions such as anger, jealousy, resentment, hatred, or desires for revenge. Despite this, separating from family ties can feel extremely difficult. Over time, repressed unconscious material gains strength, making confrontation and purification unavoidable. Through mourning the losses tied to early security models, the individual is compelled to transform and rebuild inner foundations on a deeper, more authentic level. As a result of these profound changes, the second half of life may look radically different from the first. Pluto in the fourth house can indicate a person with deep psychological insight, strong transformative power, and a profound understanding of life-death cycles. It may also draw the individual toward deep research or work related to land, ecology, agriculture, real estate, home, or ancestral themes. In some cases, natural disasters or collective crises may threaten the sense of home, family, or inner security. With Pluto in the fifth house, transformation is experienced through children, romantic relationships, speculation, pleasure, entertainment, the performing arts, hobbies, and creative expression, often through intense experiences of power and vulnerability. there is strong pressure for the individual's identity, creativity, and personal expression to be seen and recognized. In its shadow form, this may appear as a demand to be noticed, admired, or acknowledged as special. Yet true transformation occurs when the individual devotes themselves fully to a meaningful creative pursuit and allows their work to speak for itself. In relationships with children or romantic partners, power struggles and experiences of helplessness are common. The individual may deeply understand others' emotional weaknesses and attempt to control, manage, or transform them, creating bonds of dependency. Although manipulation may initially seem effective, over time, children or partners may resist this pressure, leaving the individual feeling powerless. Through emotional pain and loss of control, the person is ultimately forced to release dominance and allow others to follow their own paths. Children or lovers may themselves carry strong Plutonian qualities, intense, transformative, or confrontational. Romantic life may be marked by themes of obsession, jealousy, resentment, hatred, revenge, and all-or-nothing dynamics. These dark emotional patterns push the individual toward profound inner transformation and purification. When Pluto's shadow is consciously integrated, a person with this placement can become a powerful guide for children or loved ones during times of crisis and personal transformation. If the individual does not have children, they may be drawn to helping vulnerable or at-risk children through transformative projects. As the ancient ruler of both the underworld and hidden wealth, Pluto in the fifth house can indicate financial gain through high-risk ventures, provided the rest of the chart supports it. Under challenging aspects, however, this placement also warns of significant losses through speculation. With Pluto in the sixth house, transformation through experiences of power and vulnerability takes place in the areas of work, co-workers, daily routines, service, employees, life's practical demands, pets, and health. This placement indicates a person who places great importance on work, productivity, and being concretely useful and efficient. The individual tends to become deeply focused on their tasks, rarely giving up, and has a strong drive to reach the core of problems, resolve them, and devote themselves fully to their work. However, because work and daily order carry such significance, the person may exert pressure on coworkers, employees, or those who serve them, attempting to control every detail. Even when not formally employed, the individual may insist that daily routines and life structures function strictly according to their own rules. Power struggles can arise with coworkers, people sharing daily life, employees, service providers, or authority figures such as supervisors or mentors. As a result, the person may struggle to truly master their craft in a way that allows for healthy productivity. When control is released and energy is fully directed toward the work itself, this placement has the potential for major breakthroughs and exceptional performance. Pluto in the sixth house may indicate professions aligned with Plutonian themes such as psychiatry, research, nuclear energy, investigative work, purification processes, or deep analytical fields. It can also signify talent in healing professions and therapeutic practices. As the sixth house is traditionally associated with illness, Pluto here suggests that personal transformation may occur through health crises. These health experiences can at times become matters of life and death, leading to profound physical and psychological transformation. Through confronting vulnerability, the individual is compelled to reshape their relationship with the body, work, service, and survival. If you'd like to understand how Pluto transforms your life through power, vulnerability, and deep change, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and tell me, which house is your Pluto in, and what transformations have you experienced? In the next video, we'll continue with Pluto in the 7th through the 12th houses, where relationships, the unconscious, and collective forces come into focus.